How's it going, Hagrid? Oh, hey there, MZ. Is something wrong? You look like someone just stole your favorite magical creature. Someone might have as well have. I'd never seen a creature act this way before. That's a shame. Is there anything I can do to help? I don't mean to trouble you, but I don't know what to do about it. Hagrid, you saved my life when we first met. I think I can make time to help a friend like you. Aww. I love Hagrid. He's the best. Alright, you can give it a try. It's gotta be better than sitting around here wallowing like Moaning Myrtle. Let's see how I can help. Tell me all about what's going on. So your hands are full trying to train a very different magical creature? Well, that's a tough one. The beast is very rare. It's hard to know if I'm helping. What makes this creature so different? How do I put it? Let me ask you something. Do you think vicious creatures are born with dangerous instincts, or do you think there's something they learn? Some are born with the instincts, or it's something that's learned. No, we're just only brought into the world. So we would only pick up that type of influence from, you know, the ones we look up to. In other words, it's all about survival. It's a survival instinct. I think that's something they learn. Humans pick up survival mechanisms from our environments. Why wouldn't magical creatures do that too? And I apologize for some of the lag in these parts. I don't know why it's doing this. That's encouraging to hear. I'm confused. Are you hoping that a creature can learn bad behavior? I hope not. Ha! If only that was if only it was that simple. Even the ministry says you can't teach a flying, fire-breathing... Oh, never mind me babbling. Let's talk about something else. You've been keeping up with Quidditch? I hear Huffle... Wait a minute. Is this about a dragon? Dragons? Who said anything about dragons? You kinda just did. 'Cause you said flying and fire-breathing. I mean, you kind of stopped yourself there, but you kind of also, at the same time, said it. You said dragons without even saying the word. What other magical creatures are known to fly, breathe fire, and are considered untrainable by the ministry? I shouldn't have said that. Look, I can't help you if I don't know more about this, Hagrid. I don't want to bother you. You've been plenty helpful already. I guess that's okay. Now, don't you try pointing those puppy dog eyes at me like that's gonna change my mind. No, I'm doing it. I'm doing the puppy dog eyes, aren't I? Well, it's up to you. Okay, fine. I'll introduce you to her, but... Good! Where is she? When can I see her? Wow, instant excitement. Me with the magical creatures every time, just pure excitement. The second someone says, okay, you can come to this creature, you can meet this creature, magical creature. But she's a Chinese fireball, and they can be very unpredictable. We'll need to find some space away from the others. This ain't the type of thing that I want folks knowing about if you catch my drift. I was beginning to get that idea. So, where can you tell me more? Meet me out on the reserve. I can explain everything there. So, what do you think of Chinese Fireball? She's a beauty, ain't she? Well, she's very majestic. She's a magnificent creature. Her scales are very striking. But aren't you afraid that she'll burn down the reserve? We're fine. She wouldn't hurt a fly right now because she doesn't breathe fire. That's quite curious. What's the cause of that? I don't know, but it's part of the reason she's here at the reserve. When she ran away from home, her owner asked me to track her down. Funny enough, I found her right here in the reserve. Glad she found her way to you. So, when's her owner coming back for her? Well, that's the thing. They ain't picking her up yet. The owner wants to turn her into some kind of security dragon. Thinks it would impress their friends. Now that I found her, the owner is hoping I can help her find her fire. Has she ever breathed fire before? Not once. I see. This explains your question in the courtyard. You're hoping that she can learn how to do it? That's right, but nothing I've tried has worked so far. I'm struggling here. She really is a beautiful creature, though. Without a doubt. Want to get a little closer for a look? You think she would mind? Go slow and she'll warm up to you in no time. I'm gonna be honest with you, MZ. I haven't seen Chinese Fireball open up like that before. You got a real gift when it comes to creatures, you know that? Thanks. It's a good start, but I still have a long way to go with her if I'm to help you. How come she can't breathe fire? That's the big mystery. I haven't a clue. Don't know much about her past. The owner's real cagey about the details, so it could be anything. Could be her food, her surroundings, or perhaps getting her around her own kind? What do you think I should focus on? Food, surroundings, or expose her to other dragons? Actually, let's expose her to other dragons, also for the points. Maybe like... It could be like more of a behavior to her own kind type of ordeal. She could be lonely. Socializing with other dragons might be a good thing for her. I can see about arranging a little playdate with a Welsh green dragon. How cute would it be if they became best friends? Super cute. Heh, cute. That would it be? Nothing terrifying about that at all. Thanks for introducing me to Chinese Fireball. Listen, MZ, it's important to me that we help this dragon. And you have such a good rapport with her. I'd be real grateful if you help get her breathing fire. That sounds like that could be a lot of fun. And a lot of hard work, too. Come find us on the training grounds and we'll see how much you can help with her training. Ah, MZ, I got good news and bad news for you. Let's start with the good news. Why not we start with the bad news first and then build our way up to the good news? It's best to get the bad news out of the way first. Because then you're kind of like... You leave on a hopeful note and not on a sour note type of thing. Like, that's just my opinion. Alright, I wouldn't mind starting off with some positivity. Of course you would, Hagrid. But I just want to get the bad news out of the way, be done with it as possible, and then focus on the hope of the positivity, you know? I found us a training dummy that we can use for a little bit of practicing with our scaly friend here. Are you expecting Chinese Fireball to be launching fireballs tonight? No, but I was hoping you'd be able to show her how it's done, since she keeps such a close eye on you. If that's the good news, what's the bad news? The bad news isn't really that bad. Just a minor setback is what it is. What do you mean a minor setback? I tried to get her to socialize with a Welsh green, and it did not go well. Oh, what happened? Yeah, I would like to know. Things started off fine, but I was lucky to rush out of there without getting crushed. I think Chinese Fireball is more of a people dragon. She won't get much time to practice here on the training grounds, so we should make the best use of the time. Perhaps I should cast the fire-making spell. The dummy is right over there. Why don't you give it a try and see if our girl picks it up? Incendio! Well done! Thanks! But do you think Chinese Fireball is learning anything from this? You must have been too focused on your spell to notice. Chinese Fireball perks up whenever you're around. Really? Oh yeah, it's quite remarkable. Why do you think Chinese Fireball perks up when you're around? Natural with magical creatures, or she's looking for a friend? I don't know. Nope. Maybe this option? I think Chinese Fireball is looking for a friend. She's been lonely out there and just needs time to warm up to people. I suppose you could be onto something there. Still means a lot to me that you're helping her find her fire. Nothing I was doing could keep her attention, and I was starting to get worried. We'll figure this out in no time. I hope so. I got word that if we can't find a way of getting her to breathe fire, the owner will sell her. To be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Do you think that's fair to her? That's not fair, or that's understandable. Actually, not really fair. Because the animal doesn't, or the magical creature doesn't really have much say in the matter. Selling her just because she can't do this one thing doesn't seem fair to me. Oh, I agree with you there. If you really care for a creature, you don't just abandon them when things get tough. But what's fair and what could happen if she doesn't start breathing fire soon is something else. Who would the owner sell her to? Not much of a market for creatures as challenging to train as dragons. But there are still dark wizards and witches out there looking for trouble. We'll have to see if we can get her to breathe some fire with more training before it comes to that. And now you get to train a Chinese Fireball dragon? How to be a dragon? Consider me impressed. Chinese Fireball doesn't breathe fireballs yet, but she does let me give her treats. Wait until you see her. She's a beautiful dragon. How exactly have you been trying to coach her? I've tried to find ways of befriending her, and I've even tried showing her how I cast fire-making spells as well. Sounds like fun to me. It's a lot tougher than it sounds when you don't speak dragon. I'm glad you're making an effort. You're doing the right thing by helping the dragon. If she's letting you pet her scales, you must be doing something right. It's taken some time, but shh! I think I see someone over there. With Hagrid. Okay, I guess we're gonna do some eavesdropping. But also, yeah, who's he talking to? That looks like it could be a dark witch he's speaking to. What would a dark witch be doing here? Could that be the dragon's owner? Let's see what we can learn with a little eavesdropping. Like as always. Give it up, Hagrid. That creature isn't going to breathe fire anytime soon, and you know it. Who the heck is... We got a name from this dialogue. Who the heck is Crib? Have I seen her before? Honestly, with a dirt memory like mine, and with all the special timed adventures out of recording, it's kind of really hard to keep track, okay? You're only making this harder on yourself than it has to be. Besides, the sooner you give up, the faster the owner will hand her over to me. And the sooner I'll be fashioning myself a delightful dragon skin You wouldn't dare. That is just... Honestly, I have so many mean words for you. You'll be doing no such thing. That is right, Hagrid. You tell her. We will have to discuss this another time when you are more reasonable. I don't have time for this endless yammering. I'm sorry, how did you not see us? Hagrid, are you alright? Who was that? I'm fine. That was the dragon dealer Chinese Fireball's owner is bringing in. Her name is Corinne Cribb, and she's somehow nastier than she looks. She wants to take Chinese Fireball as soon as possible. Fortunately, I had her fly off before Cribb could get a look at her. Gah! It's hopeless, and I shouldn't have got you involved in any of this. I hope you can forgive me. I'll always forgive you, Hagrid, without a doubt. Because I know your heart is always in the right place. Of course I forgive you. No matter the odds, friends always find a way of helping each other. That's mighty kind of you to say. I'm sure Chinese Fireball appreciates it too. Even if I'm not sure how good our odds are at the moment. We can't let Cribb get away with this. A dragon's life is at stake. Would be a shame if she escaped on her own, like she did before. I wouldn't bat an eye at that type of thing usually, but frankly, I don't think that she'd do well on her own in the wild. It was a small miracle I found her here before something unfortunate happened to her. Besides, Cribb isn't the only one out there that wants a new dragon skin coat. But if the dragon starts breathing fire, the owner won't sell? That's right. The owner's got a keen interest in holding on to life-threatening creatures. We need to rethink how we're going to get Chinese Fireball to breathing fire. Lucky for you, I have a hunch about how I might be able to help. Are you ready to share the hunch you have that could help Chinese Fireball breathe fire? Just about. I thought about how you and Hagrid jumped right into action with training, which is commendable. But I figure if we want to really help her, we'll need to become dragon experts. Dragon scholars, in fact. I've got everything we need right here. I even got a transcript of the Warlocks Convention of 1709. There's where dragons breeding was outlawed. I'm going to be shocked if we can't find a way to help Chinese Fireball with all of these books. What can I say? It's a new subject for me, and I want to know everything about it. What have you learned so far? Have there been any cases like this before? Chinese Fireball's condition is not entirely unheard of. But a fire-breathing dragon that doesn't actually breathe fire is still an anomaly. Interesting. I wonder if any of these cases have common symptoms. There's only one way to find out. Let's crack these books open and get to work. In each of these cases, the dragons were sick and displaying many of the same symptoms. Oh, so she's just been unwell this whole time. I think we can safely say that Chinese Fireball must be sick as well. She likely knows how to breathe fire, but can't. I get it. If a dragon is congested, there's no way they want to risk burning themselves. Poor Chinese Fireball. She's been sick this entire time, and to make matters worse, we didn't notice it. You really care a lot for Chinese Fireball, don't you? I wouldn't try to help her if I didn't feel anything for her. There are a lot of reasons to help Hagrid with her training. What is your favorite thing about helping Chinese Fireball? She appreciated, I like helping Hagrid, or I'm learning a lot about dragons. I mean, I like the options, but which one? I would do just about anything to help Hagrid. He's a good friend. That says a lot about you, MZ. Good things, I hope. Of course. Being a person others can depend on is something that people look for in friends. I think Chinese Fireball is lucky to have you on her side. With a little bit of patience, I know we can figure this out. I hope so. We don't have much time before Crib buys Chinese Fireball from her owner. I wish there was a spell we could use to get rid of Crib for good. Yeah, or at least a potion to make her more pleasant. Wait a minute, a potion! That's it! I don't think there's a potion strong enough to turn Crib into a reasonable person. I don't think we're now talking about Crib. I think we're thinking about a possible solution for the dragon. Is there a potion that could help Chinese Fireball breathe fire? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. Dragons are resistant to spells, but there's not a lot of research into how potions affect them. Oh, we're gonna take a risk. Risk for the biscuit type of deal. But we will need to be extra careful. Potion making is an exact science, especially in cases like this. This might be our only chance to save Chinese Fireball. We've got to try. We'll need to do some more research before attempting anything, but the right potion could be a game changer. I hope you don't mind if I took the liberty of doing some research ahead of time. Not at all. Did you have a potion in mind that can have Chinese Fireball breathing fire? I've been reading and rereading my book of potions to find something, but the book isn't made with dragons in mind. I can't promise this will work, but I do have a lead. This might be our only chance. Anything that can get us closer to helping her is worth exploring at this point. I found a recipe for something called Pepper Up Potion. It's supposed to be for human colds, but additional ingredients would open up some encouraging possibilities. Cold medicine? That's brilliant, Penny! But will a potion for humans work on a dragon, like Chinese Fireball? It's just a matter of making something potent enough for her. I've pored over the recipe and have some ideas about how we can brew a potion specifically for her. Crib was anxious to take the dragon as soon as possible. Do we have enough time to pull this off? It'll be close. That's why I've assembled all the ingredients here. I've done what prep work I can, but I definitely need your help to make sure it's made just right. Let's get started! And that should do it. We have one dose of Pepper Up Potion for a Chinese Fireball Dragon. Not too bad if I do say so myself. I just hope this works. I don't want to think about what happens to Chinese Fireball if it doesn't. I've never made a potion for a dragon before, and I think we did it right, but I can't shake this nagging question. Have you thought about what you're going to do if this potion doesn't work? I'll bargain with Crib, talk to the owner, or let her go. Well, no! I don't know if I should bargain with Crib. Hagrid and I will have to take our case to Chinese Fireball's owner. Yes! You don't seriously think you can buy a dragon, do you? Well, I don't think we have the galleons for it. No, but surely the owner doesn't want to see any harm come to her. Like, try to sway for, like, on a more emotional sway of the heart type of thing. Is, like, you know. I hope we don't have to find that out. We'll have to make sure that this potion works. How exactly will you be administering this to Chinese Fireball? Getting a dragon to drink this outright might prove to be a challenge. Perhaps I could sneak it into her food? Or a treat? That could work. But be careful when you do it. Make sure the potion doesn't dominate the flavor of what you're putting it in. As the name implies, Pepper Up Potion has a peppery taste. She may not drink it if it tastes weird. Luckily for you, a little bit of this brew should go a long way. We better get this over to Hagrid and Chinese Fireball. Quick! Enough of the stalling, Hagrid. I'm here for my dragon. She's not your dragon. Not yet, at least. Why are you prolonging the inevitable? It doesn't have to be like this. You're only making it harder on yourself. Last I heard, you didn't reach an agreement with her owner. Oh, so we still have a chance. Because the owner is still a bit, on the nose with the deal. And I still don't take too kindly to uninvited guests such as yourself at this late of night on school grounds. The owner is on their way here right now to finalize the deal. The deal is as good as done as soon as they see that dragon struggling to conjure up some smoke. Hagrid, I think I've got it. MC, this really isn't the time for you to be here. I know, but I think I found a way to help Chinese Fireball. That's great, but you can't train her at the moment. Come back after I deal with Crib. It's not the training, Hagrid. I think she's sick. Sick? That's... Well, that might make a lot of sense now that I think about it. Let's suppose she was sick. What exactly can we do about it right now? I've got this potion that can help her. Penny helped me brew it. Sounds mighty risky. What makes you so sure about this? Penny knows her potions. I know how much this means to you. We owe to Dragon. I'm doing it for the points. I completely trust Penny when it comes to potion making. Penny is one of the best potion students I know. She really knows her stuff. And Penny's been making potions for dragons recently? No, this is actually the potion for her very first dragon. Like, this is her first time making a potion for Chinese Fireball. No, but she cares about Chinese Fireball too. You know she's not the kind to cut corners. Alright, I trust ya. But if I sense anything dangerous, I'm pulling ya out of there. No complaints about it either. Agreed? Agreed. Good. I don't want anybody getting hurt on my watch. Now, don't make me regret this. Let's see some fire. Really? The dragon starts breathing fire now? Oh, I can't believe this. Haha! In your face! What do you know? The potion worked. Brava, Benny. Brava. I mean, I did not use any potion on a dragon. You did not hear that, Crib. You're going to regret the day you crossed me, Hagrid. Merlin's beard! You did it, MC. Not that I didn't believe in you from the start, but you really did it. That's incredible. Thanks, Hagrid. But aren't you worried about Crib? Nah, her bark is far worse than her bite. Do you mean that the owner won't sell her now? Well, I mean, of course. Of course the owner won't sell her now, because now the dragon can breathe fire. That's right. Once they see her breathing fire like this, they'll definitely keep her around. I must say that I'm going to miss having her here in the reserve. What's so urgent, Hagrid? I wanted to talk with both of you about Chinese Fireball. Don't keep us in suspense. Is the owner selling the dragon to Crib? Will she be okay? You don't have to worry about Chinese Fireball. She's safe now. That's fantastic news, Hagrid. The best part is that her owner saw how much she improved since she ran away. And they decided it was in her best interest to stay in the reserve. Now that is some fantastic news. But doesn't that mean Crib is going to find another dragon to make her coat? Oh yeah. Oh. Now I kind of feel bad for the unfortunate dragon she does get her hands on. She isn't exactly the type of person that takes no for an answer. What's stopping Crib from trying to take her? You're right. She could try that. But thanks to your help, I'm certain no Crib will be on the receiving end of the roasting of a lifetime. Roar! I don't think we'll be seeing Crib again anytime soon. Listen, Emzy, Penny, I owe you two a big round of thanks for this. I was at me wits' end, and without your dedication, training, and potion, let's just say that I'm very grateful for your help, and I know Chinese Fireball is too. Don't mention it. Knowing we kept her safe is thanks enough. It was a pleasure, Hagrid. Enough blabbering. Why don't you spend a little time welcoming our latest addition to the reserve? I hope the other creatures in the reserve treat her kindly. It won't take her long to find a place here. There is still one thing I'm curious about. I thought the owner wanted a fire-breathing dragon. Why did they have a sudden change of heart? Oh! That kind of slipped my mind. Yeah, I'm now confused. Because they wanted a fire-breathing dragon. They got it. Now they're giving it away? To us? I mean, I like that the owner gave her to us, but still. I was curious about that too. You see, the owner was floored when they saw her breathe fire. This was the dragon they'd wanted all along. Or so they told me. But no more than a few minutes later, the owner was back here telling me to keep the dragon. Pleading, really. What happened? That's awfully generous of them. I was suspicious too. Before all this started, I tried to warn them to be careful about what they wished for. Dragons are fierce creatures. Turns out owning a dragon isn't so much fun when it constantly shoots fireballs in your direction. Sounds like Chinese Fireball made sure her former owner got some poetic justice. Well, good for her. Roar!